Hi everyone, welcome back to A Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and today we are breaking down Olivetta from Parklane. Now, just looking at this paper pad, I love navy and yellow. It's one of my favorite combinations. I love the idea of lemons. Don't know why, but I do like that icon. I don't get the turquoise. I really would be interested in knowing what is going through a designer's mind when they all of a sudden throw in a random color in the paper pad. Just curious, what do you think? Do they just go, we need to put something in there just to make it pop? I don't know. I'd be curious to hear what you think their logic is. Okay, let me show you what I combined. For the first kit, I used the cut aparts and I combined it with the lemon florals and then this tone-on-tone green leaf and then the navy blue. And you're probably going, why? Why this navy? Well, because I have it in the cut aparts and there is a very pale bluish tone flower in here that I think can work. And if I actually just take this in a very, very tiny amount with the green, I think that would look quite striking. And then just throw in a cut apart as a layering piece would just look really awesome. Now the back side of the cut apart is a wood grain, which is always useful. This is a marble, which is also very useful. This is a foil in like a geometric. And on this side we have another foil in the dark blue. So lots of options here. And even though the blue doesn't look like an obvious choice, like I said, I think I can make that work. For this next one, I'm taking the lemon print, but this time it's on the navy background. I love this pattern. And I threw in this gray geometric. It reads almost white because of those flowers again. And then I threw in this blue. Now this blue doesn't really match this blue. But again, I figured as a layering piece or separated with some white cardstock or something, that would possibly work. The flip sides of these, this is a mint. Again, there's not a lot of mint in this collection, but at least there's one other paper, so it's better than the turquoise. And then the blue floral and then this green leaf. I think this is an olive branch actually, if I think about it. Okay, we've got that lemon print again, and this time I'm combining it with an obvious one, which is the olive leaf pattern with the green on green, and a yellow geometric. I think those are pretty obvious. And again, I'm going to throw a little monkey wrench in, trying to make this blue work. This is a blue floral, and it does have foiling on it. Same logic as before, using it just in very, very small amounts. I think maybe I will be able to get away with it. I'm hoping. If not, it'll just end up in my stash. Let's flip all these over so you can see the other side. Again, another one of those blue, yellow, and then the marble. This is the only paper that I could find that mint color. This is as the background. So of course the obvious choice was to put the mint colored in with that one. I did throw in this yellow and blue pattern, and I threw in this navy blue floral. Again, very, very small amounts of these two together I think can work. These are super busy patterns, so it would have to be like a strip of this, something, you know, something with the blue to separate it from this is my guess. And then maybe you can use this as a mat on top. I don't know. Again, I'm struggling a little bit with some of these patterns. Now, let me just do a little disclaimer here. I like to try and use the paper pads the way they were put together initially for my kits. Yes, I could easily go into my stash, pull an olive green cardstock and a white cardstock and add that to this and call that a kit. Absolutely. I just enjoy, for the first times using the paper pad, to try and use them as a pad, but I don't enjoy keeping them as a pad because when I go to scrapbook, I just want to pull something quick and easy, and I find if they're in paper pad form, I don't do that. So that's why you'll see me say things like, this isn't my favorite, but I'm willing to try it, and that's purely because I want to try and push myself creatively. And if I find at a later date when I go through these, it just doesn't appeal to me, of course I can break them up and throw them in my stash. Okay, next kit. Okay, so for the last kit, I kind of threw everything in the kitchen, including the sink at this one. And that's because the cut apart themselves are all over the place. And while I may not use this as all the papers on one layout, I can get multiple layouts out of this using this kit. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm using this as a jumping off point. I'm also using this a little bit as a jumping off point. So this has 3 of those colors in it. It's got that aqua, which I didn't even realize when I said there was only 2 patterns that had it. So this one also does. So I've got the aqua, the turquoise, and the blue, which clearly would go with almost anyone on here with the exception of the yellow. But if I combine that with this, that would work, right? I could also combine it with this foil in the turquoise. That would work. I could throw this blue on here. That would also work. And gray is very neutral. And then I've got this one that interjects some of the yellow. Let's just talk about why I said I probably wouldn't use all of these patterns together. So let me just rearrange these. Okay, let's look at the scale of these. This is roughly the same size as this, which is roughly the same size as this, which is roughly the same size as this, and this is just a little bit smaller but not significant enough. So to me, all of these patterns, when you put them side by side, they just kind of scream busy, right? There's no rest, there's no movement, it's just in your face, busy. But you could do something like this. Take the foil, use it as a mat, add this piece. Now again, we're only going to see the tiniest little bit, and then we could use this as a layering piece or a matte piece on top, and that would work. So even though the scale of these 2 patterns are the same, they're separated quite a bit, and so I think that's just more visually pleasing. Hopefully that makes sense. And then if we threw in a cut apart like this one to reinforce that, or we could add this or this to it, we could make it work. At least that's my theory. So that is it for this kit. Let me show you what is just going directly into my stash. I don't have much. I only have 2 sheets. I've got this gray olive branch. On this side is that turquoise again. And then this one is a dark blue foil leaf or olive branch, and then the other side is this gray geometric. So these are just going to go into my stash. So that is the Olivetta paper pad by Parklane. I hope you enjoyed the flip through of the patterns that are included in this paper pad. Leave a comment below what combination was your favorite and if you would do anything different. Thanks again everyone, and until next time, happy crafting.